Hello, part 4, book 3, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. This is speech practice that we're doing here to try and articulate and pronounce things better. Perhaps losing the R along the way. Do not labor unwillingly or without regard to the common interest, or without due consideration, or with distraction. Do not let studied ornament set off your thoughts, and be neither a man of many words, nor busy about too many things. And further, let the deity which is in you be the guardian of a living being, manly and of ripe age, and engaged in political manners, and a Roman, and a ruler who has taken his post like a man waiting for the signal which summons him from life, and ready to go, having need neither of oath nor of any man's testimony. Be cheerful also, and do not seek external help, or the tranquillity which others give. A man then must erect, and not be kept erect by others. So that's where we left off last time. It was point 5. Now we're moving on to something new. If you find in human life anything better than justice, truth, temperance, fortitude, and in a word, anything better than your own mind's self-satisfaction, in the things which it enables you to do according to right reason, and in the condition that is assigned to you without your own choice. If I say, you see anything better than this, turn to it with all your soul, and enjoy that which you hast found to be the best. But if nothing appears to be better than the deity which is planted in you, which has subjected to itself all your appetites, and carefully examines all the impressions, and, as Socrates said, has detached itself from the persuasions of sense, and has submitted itself to the gods, and cares for mankind, if you find everything else smaller and of less value than this, give place to nothing else. For if you once diverge and incline towards it, you will no longer be able to give preference to that good thing which is your proper possession, and your own without distraction. For it is not right that anything of any other kind, such as praise from the many, or power, or enjoyment of pleasure, should come into competition with that which is rationally and politically and practically good. All these things, even though they may seem to adapt themselves to the better things in a small degree, obtain the superiority all at once, and carry us away. But you should, I say, choose the better simply and freely, and hold to it. But that which is useful is the better. Well then, it is useful to you as a rational being. Keep to it. But if it is only useful to you as an animal, say so, and maintain your judgment without arrogance. Only take care that you make the inquiry by sure method. Never value anything as profitable to yourself which shall compel you to break your promise, to lose your self-respect, to hate any man, to suspect, to curse, to behave hypocritically, to desire anything which needs walls and curtains. For he who has preferred to everything intelligence and his inner daemon, and the worship of its excellence, acts no tragic part, does not groan, will need neither solitude nor much company, and that is chief of all. He will live without either pursuing or flying from death, but whether for a longer or a shorter time, he shall have the soul enclosed in the body. He cares not at all. For even if he must depart immediately, he will go as readily as if he were going to do anything else which can be done with decency and order, taking care of this only all through life, that these thoughts turn not away from anything which belongs to an intelligent animal and a member of a civil community. In the mind of one who is chastened and purified, you will find no corrupt matter, nor impurity, nor any sore skinned over. Nor is his life incomplete when fate overtakes him, as one may say of an actor who leaves the stage before ending and finishing the play. Besides, there is in him nothing servile, nor affected, nor too completely bound to other things, nor yet detached from other things, nothing worthy of blame, nothing which seeks a hiding place. Revere the faculty which produces opinion. On this faculty it entirely depends whether there shall exist in your ruling part any opinion inconsistent with nature and the constitution of the rational animal, and this faculty promises freedom from hasty judgments, and friendships towards men, and obedience to the gods. Throwing away then all things, hold to these only which are few, and besides bear in mind that every man lives only this present time, which is an indivisible point, and that all the rest of his life is neither past, or it is uncertain. Short then is the time which every man lives, and small the nook of the earth where he lives, and short too the longest posthumous fame. Posthumous fame. Even this only continues through a succession of poor human beings who will very soon die, and who do not even know themselves, much less one who died long ago. To the aids which have been mentioned, let this one be added. Make for yourself a definition or description of the thing which is presented to you, so as to see distinctly what kind of a thing is it in its substance, in its nakedness, in its eternity. And tell yourself its proper name, and the name of the things of which it has been compounded, and into which it will be resolved. For nothing so produces evaluation of the mind as to be able to examine methodically and truly enjoy object which is presented to you in life, and always to look at things so as to see at the same time what kind of universe this is, and what kind of use everything performs in it, and what value everything has with reference to the whole, and what with reference to man, who is a citizen of the highest city, of which all other cities are like families, what each thing is, and of what it is composed, and how long is it the nature of this thing to endure which now makes an impression on me. And now, and what virtue I have need of with respect to it, such as gentleness, manliness, truth, fidelity, simplicity, contentment, and the rest. Hence, on every occasion a man should say, "This comes from God," And this is according to the appointment and spinning of the thread of destiny, and such coincidence and chance, and this is from one of the same stock, and a kinsman and partner, one who knows not, however, what is according to his nature, but I know, and for this reason I behave towards him accordingly to the natural law of fellowship with benevolence and justice. At the same time, however, in things indifferent, I attempt to ascertain the value of each. If you work at what is before you, following right reason seriously, vigorously, calmly, without allowing anything else to distract you, but keeping your divine part pure, as if you should be bound to give it back immediately. If you hold to this, expecting nothing, fearing nothing, but satisfied with your present activity according to nature, and with heroic truth in every word and sound which you utter, you will live happily, and there is no man who is able to prevent this. Just as physicians always have their instruments and knives ready for cases which suddenly require their skill, so you should have principles ready for understanding things divine and human, and for doing everything, even the smallest, with a recollection of the bond which unites the divine and the human to one another. For you will neither do anything well which pertains to man without the same time having a reference to things divine, nor the other way around. Wander aimlessly no longer, for neither will you read your own memoirs, nor the acts of the ancient Romans and Greeks, and the selection from books which you were reserving for your old age. Hasten then to the end which you have before you, and throwing away idle hopes, come to your own aid while it is in your power to do so, if you care at all for yourself. They do not know how many things are signified by the words stealing, sowing, buying, keeping quiet, seeing what ought to be done, for this is not brought about by the eyes, but by another kind of vision. Body, soul, intelligence. To the body belongs sensations, to the soul the appetites, to the intelligence principles. To receive the impressions of forms by means of appearances belongs even to animals. To be pulled by the strings of desires belong to wild beasts, and to men who have made themselves into women, and to the Phalaris, and to a Phalaris and a Nero, and to have the intelligence that guides to the things which appear suitable belongs also to those who do not believe in the gods, and who betray their country and do their impure deeds when they have shut the doors. If then everything else is common to all that I have mentioned, there remains that which is peculiar to the good man, to be pleased and content with what happens, and with the thread which is spun for him, and not to defile the divinity which is planted in his breast, nor disturb it by a crowd of images, but to preserve in it in tranquility, following it obediently as a god, neither saying anything contrary to the truth, nor doing anything contrary to justice. And if all men refuse to believe that he lives a simple, modest, and contented life, contented life, he is neither angry with any of them, nor does he deviate from the way which leads to the end of life, to which a man ought to come pure, tranquil, ready to depart, and perfectly reconciled to his fate without any compulsion. End of book 3. We're gonna end it here for today, and tomorrow we will pick up with book 4. This is speech practice with the book Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Hope you're enjoying it. Blessings be upon you, my friend. Wishing you a great day, and until next time, ciao.